Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Jam Sports. We're your hosts, Max Danielsen.
And I'm Jared Hedges.
Jared, of course, before we get into this BL recap, of course, we have to give our shout out to our sponsor, Monkey Sports, for providing the latest and greatest, you see what I did there, in hockey, lacrosse, and baseball gear. They're located in Allen, Texas, so whenever you visit them, make sure and say that Jam Sports sent you. So, Jared, without further ado, I think it's time to jump right into this BL Sports recap. Of course, as we go on to the football team. Right now, they have a 3-2 overall record, but did not play last week due to their bye week. But their past game was the homecoming game versus Nolan Catholic as they beat them by the score of 48-24, handing Nolan Catholic their first loss of the season.
Some of the stats from the game is Michael Schwartz had a 31-yard touchdown, 7 tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery. Jaden Evans had 10 tackles and 2 fumbles. Grayson Murphy had 9 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. And Gabriel Murphy had 15 tackles and half a sack,
which was a team high of the night.
And then Carson Garrett had 6 PATs, 2 field goals, and a 63-yard punt.
Now, their next action for the football team is this Friday night at Parish Episcopal at 7 p.m., and it's their district opener, so make sure you come out and support them. And speaking of coming out to support, how about the volleyball team? Right now they have a 24-10 record. They played last night versus Prestonwood. The score to that game will be appearing on your screen right now, and they play tomorrow night here at BL versus Ursuline at 6 p.m. for senior night and camo night. So make sure if you come out, wear your camo because, as they always say, it's bear hunting season, ladies and gentlemen. And then moving on to the swim team, they competed against Woodrow Wilson on October 11th. Freshman Callan Singhania won the 100-meter backstroke with a time of 1 minute, 3.61 seconds. And then freshman Stella Todd broke the school record for the 500-meter freestyle with a time of 5 minutes, 23.65 seconds. And their next action for the swim team is against John Paul II High School, Bishop Dunn, and Nolan Catholic this Saturday at 12 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus Pool.
And moving on to the golf team. The golf team will compete in the Midlothian Heritage Tournament next Tuesday, October 23rd at 8 a.m.
And finally, for the cross-country team, they will compete tomorrow at the District Championships in Denton, Texas. And Jared, I think this is again going to recap another edition of Jam Sports as we thank you from myself, Max Danielsen,
and Jared Hedges,
wishing you, as always, a pleasant good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever or whenever you may be watching. Thank you.